Oh gosh.
This takes from the and she's
not from there.
and this is all right. Boom. Okay. Back at what we were talking about earlier.
Oh gosh.
Amanda Seales on Club Shay Shay. I was just simply saying that I am not a fan. I had no idea who she was before I watched the show. I figured out who she was because I did watch My Brother and Me. But I kind of vaguely know who she is. I think, is it My Brother and Me? Hello? Is it My Brother and Me?
Yeah.
Darn,
I think that's what she said.
I think it's My Brother and Me, the show My Brother and Me. But anyway, supposedly she was on there, but I see her and I don't see her. It's weird. Anyway, she loving hip hop, maybe Miami or something like that too.
She was on that?
Was she not?
I don't know.
Where y'all got phones?
She was on The Real.
What's The Real?
With
Was that like a talk show?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not seeing where she was.
Okay, my wife was obviously wrong. Got me up here spreading misinformation.
Woo! What?
And fake news.
I mean, she may have did an appearance on there, but I don't remember her being
She
on
told
there.
me that mess, man.
She seemed like she should be on somebody's Ratchet TV. So it's
She
possible.
does. Now that I agree with 100,000%. She is definitely that type.
Well, I know she was supposed to be on maybe some episodes of Insecure because there was some issues
With her
and Issa Rae.
Issa Rae, yeah. She
but
brought
yeah,
that up
I really don't
in that conversation
right.
as well.
But
Yeah.
if it wasn't for her talking about being a childhood star, I wouldn't have known that she was on My Brother and Me. She's not that memorable.
Not at all.
This is probably her most memorable
appearance in life. It probably is.
And it's because of her ignorance.
But you remember I thought Ray been acting when she was talking about the
right.
teacher. This girl, every issue. Did you watch that? Man, every issue this child has ever had in her life has always been someone else's problem.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She has never been the cause of anything. She's obviously perfect. She is obviously the second coming of Christ. Because she has never done anything wrong. She takes no responsibility for anything.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's that character type that I just dislike, man.
Right.
I really dislike that character type. Like, bro, I understand now you can catch some bad end things.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Everybody, everybody,
yeah,
right?
like,
Everybody saying the same thing. Oh, okay,
that's what I said. As she was, it was one part of the show that was going on, and I was telling you, watch. Oh, when she said about her being kicked out of school, and I said, watch. Yep. She's gonna say it was somebody else's fault, and lo and behold, it was like there's no scenario that she has depicted on this show that she did anything wrong. Even when Shannon Sharp was like asking her, it was something that happened, and he was like, well, was this just child stuff, or you felt like they were doing this because it was racially motivated? And she was like, no, it was just race. What? Kids aren't being kids. Right. They're just...
Yeah, because I think she said something about she corrected the teacher about something.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I remember that. And the teacher got upset with her because she corrected. And then Shannon was like, wouldn't you think that he just simply got upset, or he or she got upset because you were correcting them in front of everybody? Like,
right.
That seems like a normal, you know what I'm saying, response, right? It had
nothing to do with race.
Right.
She wanted to make it about race. And I'm telling you, black or white, that's been to anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Any race, man. That you know, a child trying to correct you in front of everybody. She may have been right.
Yeah.
But what killed me is, there's a time and a place for everything.
Absolutely.
You have to know you're a child. And then on top of that, okay, the comment section is what really bothered me because they are enabling her ignorance. Like the comment, and on every platform, the comment section enables her ignorance. Her fans enable her ignorance. They must have a mindset like her. Because they just as silly.
But if you also paid attention to the comment section, her fan base in comparison to everybody else, there was a lot of people in there saying, "Girl, you crazy."
Well, that wasn't her fans though.
But that's what I'm saying. I said in comparison,
Mm-hmm.
there were more people that were telling her, "No, you crazy,"
Right.
versus saying, "Yeah, girl, you right."
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
this isn't a.
She sound crazy.
She is crazy. It ain't no sounding to it. She's crazy. Her interview kind of depicted that she is crazy.
I mean,
You know, because she had to retract this whole I was diagnosed versus self-diagnosed.
Right.
Now she trying to act as if I saw she got on another interview and tried to act as if maybe, or allude to maybe it was a psychologist that, you know, because there are different types of people that can diagnose you. But yeah, she crazy. That's what they diagnosed her crazy, and she didn't like that, so she just said it was spectrum.
so all of a sudden now you have autism. Autism you normally get when you're a
She
baby.
claimed it was all her life, and that, you know, this is just how she felt all her life, and she just didn't, you know, basically it went undiagnosed all this time, right?
My headphones done went out. I don't know what happened.
I think it's a short in it.
I done messed my stuff up. Pulling stuff up and down, taking it apart.
Okay. Well, moving on.
I'm serious, man. I'm just saying. But we finally settled a little bit more. Better.
Okay, stop being distracted. Damn, see, we should have had an ADHD episode because there it is.
Squirrel.
Right. My gosh, you can't flow.
Whatever.
You done? Is that it?
No, I'm listening to you.
You sidetracked. You still think about these headphones. You can't regroup and get back on topic.
I'm here. What are you talking about? It's your fault, not mine. I don't
no.
know what you're talking about.
No, it's not. Not at all. I think, like I said before, I think that she just uses this as an excuse to excuse her behavior. I think it's truly unbecoming.
Yeah,
for you to have such a major platform, and I see that she tries to speak out for, you know, racial inequality and stuff like that. But you are really ignorant in some sense. To put it in a nice way, you are ignorant to a lot of things, and this autism doesn't excuse that.
So you think she does have autism?
No,
because
I
could have
don't.
sworn she started off saying that it was professionally diagnosed, and then later on it was she admitted that she diagnosed it herself. So
Yeah, I don't think
she
that.
saw a interview of Elon Musk, and all of a sudden now she has Asperger's.
No, she did some online little questionnaire, and she checked the boxes. So now
she has it.
Now she has autism.
Now, granted, there are different stages.
There are there are plenty of functioning.
I don't think she's autistic.
I don't think that she's autistic at all. Like I said, I think that she's using this as a Band-Aid to cover up. Because a lot of the stuff that she said, like, that happened as a child, your mom just didn't correct you,
Right.
and you needed
Your butt whooped.
right. And as soon as somebody corrected you,
Right.
you felt as if
You're
you were
picked
being
on.
done, right, and that's not the case. You got to know that there's a time and a place for everything.
Right.
No matter how you feel, does not mean that you need to speak up and speak on it.
Right.
And she tries to play this role like I'm just so because I speak so direct, and that's why I feel like I connect with New York, because you think that you can just talk to people any kind of way and it's going.
Yeah.
It's supposed to just flow over. No, ma'am.
No.
Somebody's gonna correct you,
Yeah.
and you gonna run up on the wrong person and say the wrong thing, and they gonna correct you for real.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my
I see.
spiel on it. So, you know,
Well, I think I just don't like her character aspect. But I don't think she has autism. I just don't like her character aspect, and I think that if she could start taking some accountability, she would probably be okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And and my biggest hang up of the whole deal was again her fan base like enabling her, and I think people need to quit that in general.
Right.
Enabling people to be silly.
Right.
Like, because how are they gonna prove that when they got people in their corner thinking that they're
It's
right?
okay.
Right.
It's just like the Trump situation, right? You got Trump running around here just lying and doing whatever, and people keep his base keep enabling him like it's okay, like they'll overlook anything. It's okay. It's okay.
Right.
Keep lying. Keep doing it. It's okay. And at some point it's like, man, how you really want him to be your leader? Cool, I get it, but if you want him to be your leader, hold him accountable for stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, make him be a better person. You're not making him be a better person at all by doing that. And it's the same with her. You're not making her be a better person. She's going to continue living like that. And I guess she has the money to do it, I guess, because I don't see where she, with a mindset like she has, how could she enter corporate America and really retain some employment?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody gonna deal with that.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't think that she would survive in
corporate America. I don't either.
Right.
So she's in the best thing for her. I'll say that. Because the entertainment world is a little different. You can get away because you can find your market share. People that's gonna f with you, so to speak.
Right.
And it's obviously people out there that f with her like that. And more power to them.
But people like a little drama. They like somebody that's gonna be like the villain. Somebody always takes up for the villain, right? So people like that. She can play this character, of being who she wants to be and not having to bite her tongue and humble yourself and all of that. She doesn't have to do that in the entertainment world. So that's where that's the best place for her.
My thing, so kind of watching when she said that she got a role in Disney because she was the only black child. They had plenty of black children in.
I thought she was talking about Nickelodeon, but
Maybe it was Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
I think she did a Disney thing too.
oh,
But Nickelodeon was My Brother and Me.
okay.
She
was on the show
everything.
with all them black.
That's all like she.
Everything
she said
is
something
just
about.
Let her finish.
Driven.
Bro. She about to.
No, I'm not. I just said
have
everything.
a pure fit over here. 'Cause
What
we
are
done
you
chimed
talking?
in.
Oh
She
my
on that-
god! You know what?
That's the autism leaking in, man. Now,
Right.
She
Hey,
truly
now-
got. She high functioning.
Who you think every?
You are a bold face.
functioning.
You are a
For sure,
bold
for
face
sure.
lie.
You can't touch her with wet stuff.
You can't, and
No, you can't.
so that's what I said. You cannot.
Oh! I thought did she say she can? But whatever.
said you
I'm
can't.
glad it's on camera. Okay.
So because she don't like being touched by wet stuff, that means she has autism.
Heck yeah, that's
Oh.
sensory.
Look at Amanda Seals Jr. over here, self-diagnosing people and stuff.
That's not self-diagnosis. That's another. That's a professional.
You are not the professional.
This mug tried to tell me just that show 3-4 weeks ago. Y'all remember now? She told me what?
What did I tell you?
You been known you had ADHD.
You did.
Oh.
Did you not? And I said you ain't no damn doctor, right? So I'm diagnosing her.
Wait a minute. Your mama had already
Right,
told you
your
had
mom said
ADHD.
that.
She
And
didn't
you
tell me. She
been
told me
on it.
then at that point.
Yes, that was years ago. So you been known.
Tootie dude, listen, I want to veer.
Right.
I want to veer. I want
Right.
to take this conversation speaking on autism, and I don't want to get into no conspiracy theory. I just want to hear what you got to say about it because Ebony brought it up. She said, "Isn't it funny how when we were children, we had a lot of people with Down syndrome." I do remember, I remember that. I don't see kids with Down syndrome today
As much.
much, right? And then it may be a reason for that, but I haven't seen them out in the world, just out and about. You don't see a lot of young little kids with Down syndrome anymore. Now, her theory was, and it started. I don't want to get in, again. Disclaimer: I don't want to get into any kind of conspiracy theory here. I'm just saying her claim was it was medicinal. So, and then my thought, I jumped off of medicinal, meaning what they shooting in our kids, right? Stuff like that, right? Vaccinations. I shouldn't have said that word. Anyway, that and I'm just gonna say medicinal, right? All right. So my thing was, that's funny, but we sure do have a lot more kids with ADHD now than we did, right? And and the behaviors that we have, and we could attribute that to phones. We could attribute that to some outside factors as well. However, it just had me thinking, what if, no conspiracy theory here, but what if it was they figured out that, hey, we did cause the problem. Let's fix this. But while fixing this, they caused a different one. You get what I'm saying? Now, are they trying to do some good? Sure. Maybe. But they also trying to make money for themselves.
Correct.
Right?
I mean, I of course don't have any children, but I've, my friends and stuff who have children, like, the kids have to get like 6 shots at one time. Like, why are they having to get all these shots?
That's crazy, man.
At one time, why can't they stagger them?
Right.
So
and why are they so required?
Right.
Like kids cannot enter into public schools without
the shots.
these said vaccinations, right? And if they don't have these said vaccinations, you have to have some form of writing from a doctor to say that they are basically exempt from having these said vaccinations. So why are you pushing these, all these vaccines? And it's not just one. Like polio, you got to have a series of them. Hepatitis is a series of them. We don't do, well, he might, he a little different, but we don't even do the flu shot.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
For what?
For me to get
took
sick?
the flu shot for a number of years, after I turned 18 on my own. And every time I got what? The flu.
I think it's all people's personal opinions, and I'm sorry I cut you off, but I've had doctors tell me that they ain't taking no flu shot. I've had them say that they won't take no vaccine no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've had nurses tell me that as well. Told me, I don't blame you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And they're in that field.
It's all like, yo, this may help, but it may harm you more than it help. You don't know.
Right.
You don't know. So,
yep.
But I'm trying to stay off of the, I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole because, I ain't want to get censored.
We already censored. You started us out from the beginning.
Me with something. That's why I can't grow. They keep pushing my stuff down, man. I can't never talk about no real stuff on here, man. You gotta be fake.
Of course.
You can't be talking about stuff like this. You got if you want to break out on YouTube, it seems like you have to be talking about some ratchetness, right? If you're gonna be black, you gotta talk about ignorance,
right?
And that's just I don't want to go on a YouTube rant, but it's really sad. It's really pitiful how they do, and it's not just me. It's a lot of people been talking about that, like black creators. Unless you talking about ratchetness, they don't want to promote your, as a black creator. Now, if you're talking about some real stuff, I could talk about the same subject CNN talks about, MSNBC talks about, any other news channel, but because I'm black, they suppress my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not only it's not no blanket suppression. They'll tell you, hey, we done they call it age restriction.
Age? Oh, wow.
Because they call that's they blanket word for saying we done suppress your video.
Right.
But the
news, your news channels can have that same thing.
They could talk about. I literally took the stuff from them and didn't even add. I don't even be add. I try to keep the personal opinion very minimal. Hey, blah 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 blah. Boom, this is what happened. When I do stuff like that, age restrict. So I just pull the videos down. You know what I'm saying? So I just whatever, man. But it's kind of ridiculous. Like it's really kind of ridiculous. Everything we do is supposedly questioned by it's violent. They just assume that it's going to be violent. We're spreading violence. They just assume the worst.
Right.
And it's really ridiculous, man.
Right.
Now, but if I was doing what they call it, like a 20v1 with, when we was talking like that booster thing with now if I was doing that if we were doing that, some more silliness. Oh man, well,
you
can have
you
because
see
we
how
want
many
to promote
views
that
that
foolishness.
gets that.
We know it gets the views because they push it.
Right, that's
just
what I'm
like
saying.
The music I was talking to my brother about. He was saying why talking about the Kendrick and Drake thing, right? He was like, why is Drake so big? He ain't hip hop. He fake anyway. Right? Why is he so big? And I kept telling him, don't nobody really want to see no real gangster stuff like that. They want to hear about it, but ain't nobody really into no gangster stuff like that. Right. But they glorify, they make money off of it. I said, of course. But you gotta commercialize. It's like a balance. You know what I'm saying? He can fake it, but you have somebody real hood coming in. They're gonna keep them at a certain plateau, man. Right. Like I was telling him, I was like, man, tell me the most hood the most hood rapper that you know that's successful.
They ain't really hood. They fake hood.
Yeah, it's some hood rappers out there, but what's the I'm just saying the most hood one. Who you think?
You know, I don't know a lot of rappers
Not
like that.
New stuff, but
Like any of them. Like any era.
That's hood.
Right, so like that really lived that life. He named like Jeezy, Jay-Z. He named Jeezy, Jay-Z, Chief Keef, and maybe Fetty Wap. Did he say Fetty? I can't remember, but and I had to give. I said, okay, yeah, but you. And then when we got to the conversation, and I was like, hold on, let me get to that. And that's the ADHD kicking in. But anyway, so when he named them, I said, boom, okay, now compare them to people like Drake. You know what I'm saying? I started naming off rappers that are like really commercialized, but they act like they knew something about some streets, right? And then you start correlating. I can glorify it, but I can't really live it. You get what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z he actually lived it, but he only did it. He only did it for like a short period of time, though. You get what I'm saying? To my knowledge, I ain't no big Jay-Z fan, but to my knowledge, he ain't lived it like for a very long time. Like this is really my life like that, right? So when you think about it like that, it's like, okay, these are like, I guess, so to speak, like your gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? Like them folks, right? Like your gatekeepers, right? They push the agendas they want to push. You know what I'm saying? They push what they want to push, and I'm tying that into it's the same thing going on with YouTube.
So back to your question. So who lived that lifestyle? Actually,
I just told you, Jeezy.
Oh, those are the names.
This was
I thought you said those are the people. Somebody named them in a song.
These are the rappers that actually lit. You know, that hood. My pick was like Boosie. You know what I'm saying? What you mean?
So
Boosie really street.
You got to think about it when we depict hood, right? Are we saying, oh?
They hide the yams at the auntie house.
Right. You just hiding yams, or you out here shooting fireworks. You know, what is hood? Or you just in the PJs? Right. What is hood really depicted as?
That's a good question.
Because to me, there's so many. There's so many levels to it, and there's plenty of people who lived in the PJs, but they knew their mama told them you better not leave that house, and they ain't leave that house. But I grew up in the PJs, right?
And that's what I was telling him about Jay-Z. I was like, not that his mom made him do that. Right. But what I was saying was, a lot of people they could have lived that life for a short period of time, but that didn't necessarily qualify them as being quote unquote hood, right, or being, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I was trying to tell him like. Because he's making this correlation between you gotta, for some reason, like hood is hip hop, and I'm like, no, that's not true. Because I don't mind Drake having ghostwriters, right? I don't care, right? Because nobody says him. A lot of them do, but don't talk about it. Right, of course, that's why they call ghostwriters. Right. But it's hard keeping up with all that. Yeah. You trying to come up, be current and relevant, right? And like, come on, let's be for real. Like, so I was like, you got to give Drake props for being at the top of the game for 20 plus years. And not faltering. Like, who else can you name that has done that? Like, there's been plenty of rappers who have made it to the top, hip hop, whatever you want to call it. There's been plenty of them that have made it to the top, but have sustained it. Right. But he's going on 20. I didn't even realize it. The boy been 20 something years now. That's a long time to be at the top of your game. And then for you to be mad just because he got somebody helping him, right? Right. Now I will agree with him. I will agree with my brother on this. you can't say that you are the greatest or the GOAT and be letting other people write your stuff. You can't say you the GOAT, but you can say you great though.
Why you can't?
Right.
Because if you're gonna be the greatest, you had to have it all need to come from you. It had to be your own work.
No. Why?
Why not?
Why? Why does
I
it?
just told
It
you
is.
why. How many
It
times-
is. It is your own work. So that means you're telling me that actors can't be the greatest because they don't write their scripts. All they're doing is performing.
No. That's a different artwork. Though.
No, it's not. It's the same.
It's a different artwork.
So what's
It's
the difference
same.
if somebody
one is just musically.
Hip hop has different. Listen, it has different set of standards than other forms of art.
So I got a question.
You gotta agree to that.
So when other artists write songs, but other artists sings them,
What
or
are we talking about? I said hip hop.
well, I mean that's the same.
No, it's not. That's why I said this is different. It might be music, but it's different. So I had to concede to him on that point because hip hop is totally different. We're talking poetry to a beat. They're constantly evolving. Hip hop is a totally different genre than any other genre, and you have to admit that to yourself. It sounds like nothing else. It is its own genre. It literally is its own thing. I know they mix it with stuff at certain times, but it's literally its own thing. So you have to hold it to different standards.
No.
It's the only one where, again, it's the only one where people do get upset when they find out that you're not writing your own stuff. Ain't nobody getting upset in no other genre.
But that's
except
just
for
the
hip-hop.
ignorance of those people that get upset.
I don't think it's ignorance. I think
how is it?
because
not?
it started off that way. It started off that way, and they're trying to maintain it that way, right? So what I mean by that, I've already stated that I personally don't care if Drake has ghostwriters. I don't care if anybody has ghostwriters, right? The problem, I can't say that Drake is better than Kendrick if I know that Kendrick is writing his own shit, and Kendrick is really at the top of his game. He really that in. I'm trying not, he really that guy.
So you don't think Kendrick Lamar has ghostwriters?
I think, and let me say this. I think, and this is the difference, right? I think everybody got a crew doing this. If you're gonna do this, I think you all got a crew. I think that you can get songwriting credits if I'm writing a song, because I write songs, right? And then my wife say, I think it might sound better like this. Just doing that, and I change it, she can get songwriting credits for that, right? I think Kendrick probably does have that.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? I don't think they are like how Drake. I think people have literally written all the Drake shit, and it's just me. I think that it's so freaking commercial. You know what I'm saying? Like even more so than like 50. Like this dude is like so freaking commercial. It's ridiculous.
And you don't think that Kendrick has anything that's commercial?
Kendrick's not really a commercial. He does. Of course, he has commercial.
Okay,
then.
So
but he's not really like commercial like that guy.
So you don't think, because typically how this works in the music industry, how this works is that.
And let me give y'all a little background before she continues. This is a quote unquote hood producer. No, listen. She really did this shit. But it was some hood shit though. This is back in the day. What was my boy Terrence? Whoop that. What was that, y'all? Come on. Hustle and flow. She was really living that life, y'all.
What?
This is well before we got together, but she was really living that life.
Oh my gosh!
Doing the biker boy riding on the back of bikes and stuff. She was really living that life. So go ahead. So she know. I'm just saying. I just had. You know how you got to read off people credit list.
Dang.
I just had to give her props before before she moved forward. Now you can go ahead.
Wow, you done made me forget.
Go ahead, Miss Producer. In hip hop, go ahead.
Oh my God, I done forgot because you. Oh my freaking God!
We go cut.
Okay.
Remember. Okay.
I think I was going somewhere to say that how most of the time, so in reference to Kendrick, I think a lot of his stuff that has are his most popular songs are the ones that are written by other people. I don't think, because typically your album kind of encompasses your own writing style, right? How you write, how you perform, all of that. Your album speaks to that. I won't say that his stuff is vastly different. You know, those hit makers from the rest of the songs on the album, they're not vastly different. However, I don't think that Kendrick has, oh, this was my exact thought. This is what I put pen to paper, and this was it. I don't think that he can say that. And I'm going to do my homework because, you know, I'm a fact check myself. But to say that Kendrick only has somebody that gives some input, basically, into his writing, and because Drake has ghostwriters, that he's the GOAT over Drake is.
So we talking writing versus producing though.
But you
see a producer, I think people really don't know what a producer does. What a producer is like. I think producers don't even know what they do. And when it comes to other producers, because they feel like, oh, he didn't make the beat. So what? It's not about a particular thing. You're producing whatever it takes to create this track, whatever it takes to create this album. Maybe I did have to, I got to get gritty right there. Say this. Oh no, keep it like that. That was a mistake. No, throw that back in. It might come down to that. That ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
And that's not what I'm talking about. Exactly. I don't think that he has wrote all of his stuff word for word. No, I don't think so.
It might have been a few words here and there.
It ain't no few words, but that's
I said that he
no. But you're saying he has a crew that basically gives some input. Oh, you know what? Instead of putting right there, maybe you should change that to right there. No. I think it's more. I think it's more to it. I think it's more to it than that.
Add this line right here.
No,
you know, I like that, but he might flip it a little bit, you know, to suit him. I think the difference between I put it this way: you're a bully, right? You're a dumb bully, but you bully this little kid at school and you make him do your homework, right? This is the difference between Drake and Kendrick. Kendrick is the type to say, hey, I wrote this. Can you rewrite it a little bit? Maybe add something. Maybe I'll pay you. Right? Drake is the type to be like, I will beat the shit out of you if you don't write my thing. But he ain't presented nothing. No thought whatsoever. And they come back with a full-fledged album. That's the difference between Kendrick and Drake.
You're saying Drake has never...
Kendrick is even using people like that.
So you feel as if Drake has never written any of his...
Yes, I do. I do believe he did. Because I'll say it again. 20 years is a long time to be at the top of anything, and I give Drake his props for that. Okay. He has been at the top for 20 years. He wouldn't have done that without writing anything.
Okay.
He wouldn't, actor or not. I get what Kendrick's saying. He acting a role. I think he is acting, but he's not acting. He's not acting his talent though. I think Drake is very talented.
But that's what most people are doing anyway.
But he's acting. He's acting being a hood guy. He's not that. He need to let that shit go.
Who says that Drake is being hood?
Drake is definitely trying to play a hood role.
First of all,
talking about?
Everybody sees Drake as Degrassi. So what are you talking about? Nobody sees Drake. Nobody sees Drake.
That has faded.
Hold on.
That has faded.
No, it has not.
Do you still see Drake? You see Drake as a hood dude?
Do you see him as hood?
I definitely do not see him.
He may not be in the wheelchair.
How you see him? You see him as goofy? I mean, that's because we may see the truth. We know he lame, but I'm saying like,
wow, now he's lame.
But
of course, we see the Kendrick fan in the room.
No, because I think Kendrick lame as fuck right now for continue. He has dropped the diss track. Kendrick has dropped the diss track every fucking day for the last 4-5 days, right? Something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And now you're talking about the man, mom and dad. You're talking about all the people in his house are sex offenders.
But that's what you do on a diss track. You diss people.
Bullshit. This is the first time I ever seen anybody every day got a new track coming out.
I mean, that's just like when you was in school, you know.
You ain't even giving the man a chance to respond. I get it. I get it. In war, all's fair in war. I get that. I get that. But what I'm saying is, there was rules established to this game before. Right? There's been people dropping diss tracks before. You ain't giving that man no time to even respond to you.
Why?
Because obviously it ain't about nothing more than a little beef and selling some records and selling some concert tickets.
Correct.
When you really think about it,
Right.
Because if it was really about something else, you both know where each other live. You put the man sex offender talking about with dots on it, so you know exactly where the brother live. Go there then. If you really about that life. No, I'm serious. If you really about that life and you want some gangster shit, go to that man's house. I can't stand all that fake ass gangster shit. If you really about that goddamn life, go to that man's house.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's about fucking selling records. It's hip hop.
Right.
And that's where I want it to stay. I don't want nobody killing nobody. But
Right.
what I'm saying is, if you gonna be on that shit,
If you could talk that, if you gonna talk it,
if you gonna be on that shit,
Yeah.
then be on that shit. But
I
you're
get
not.
it.
So
Right.
let's just stick to selling records. Then give a man the time to fucking respond. You dropping records every damn 10 hours and shit. I think that's lame though. But I know other people wouldn't agree. But don't get me wrong. I'm a Kendrick fan still though, as far as the artwork, the art is concerned. That nigga killing that nigga. Drake held his own though. But I ain't gonna say Drake folded or nothing like that. But Kendrick killing that nigga though. Like for real, for real. But Drake holding his own. I had to give it to him. You ain't feeling it?
I mean, like you said, it's something coming out every day, so I haven't
You can't
really caught up to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't even
Right.
And then Kendrick is the type, you don't get it the first time go round. You hear it, you got 10%.
Right.
Next time you might get 40.
Like, ooh,
Most people
okay,
really
yeah.
don't ever get 100.
Right.
Right? Because Kendrick is just that deep, right? But when you dropping them every damn 10 hours, 10 or 12 hours, nigga, I ain't even digested the steak, bro. I ain't had time to.
Yeah.
You just hit me. Look, bruh, I'm fat, but I can't eat that much. God dang. So yeah, I think it's lame. Slow the fuck down, man. God damn, bro. Let us enjoy the last one a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But this shit is crazy though. The way he going at this boy though, this ain't funny. This shit starting to cross lines. This nigga, he crossing lines, bro. Be like that boy that what's called when he pulled that gun out and said, man, do that. 2 a.m. Compton. He just said that's the only thing y'all gotta see it. Y'all haven't seen it? No. Oh, I gotta show y'all that. I'm gonna run that in here.
What you thinking? What should I say? An Instagram story or a photo dump? A photo dump, that'll get them going for real. What's that? What is that?
Bro, that's the only way, bro.
Come on, put that away, Crody. We don't need that.
That nigga rapping, bro.
Yo, come on, you don't believe in me?
Rapping, bro.
What's going on with you?
I done heard you my whole life, nigga. I know.
Yes, I've been in the game for a long time.
Oh, that nigga, man.
Man, don't tell me you're scared too. Come on, man. It's nothing.
Listen, 2 a.m. in Compton, bro. Drop that.
Come on. Dude, I'm not using
Drop
this,
that,
man.
bro.
You know what?
I guess the next time y'all see us, man, I guess it will be in a couple weeks with the upbringing. I guess we're gonna talk about the real autism conversation still. The real
Yeah,
the
because
real
we
autism
sure
conversation.
We
did.
did. We like,
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Right.
we know we had ADHD.
Right. This
So-
was a true ADHD
so we
conversation.
should have Dom with us on that episode, man. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, man. We out.